Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing where we left off with the Gunbreaker. We had just unlocked it and we are ready to go and see what this whole quest line is going to be about. I can't wait to see some of these abilities and motions in action. Perhaps some of your acquaintances in Gridania would have work for us? Maybe. Hired Gunblades. Radovan is keen for you to put your newly acquired skills into practice. Now that the Gunbreakers of Eld have yielded a portion of their wisdom, you are ready to take the blade in hand. Rather than spend moons and moons training you, perhaps we had best find employment first. We can use the time between assignments to refine your abilities. Where should we first start? The Adventurers Guild. Yes, that sounds quite promising. I suppose we are adventurers after all. Tell me, Claire, are you familiar with this sort of thing? Oh yes, more than you know. Oh my, in that case we couldn't have found a better guide. Well, there's no time for like the present, shall we? Alright, so we'll just head straight on back to Gridania. Still, I can't help but wonder what happened to Radovan, like, during that last battle. I mean, it looked like he just collapsed. I really hope it's not like another quest line like with Muso's side. Like, I mean, I don't want to say too much about the Samurai quest line just in case someone watching this hasn't played through it yet. But I just hope they don't have a repeat of what happened then. And I really do wonder what part that Sophie has to play in all this. I mean, I'm guessing that they're friends since they were traveling together. But yeah, I'm really curious. You know, adventurer sounds a lot more romantic than hired muscle, even though that's essentially what it is. Now that Mother Mioni has made us formal members of the Adventurers Guild, we can start accepting assignments. In fact, we have already given the details of a potential client in need of a bodyguard or two. A man named Lhasa Chow is waiting by the Wailing Barracks. Sophie and I will try making our way there, to get our bearings. Okay, so we'll just head up north from here. So this quest here should be about us getting the kind of the first taste of what the Gunbreaker is all about. So I'm expecting a fight. Looks like they're a little bit up here. Yeah. So they're by the Lancers Guild. Should be around here somewhere. There they are. We thought it best to wait for you before we introduced ourselves. I feel strangely at home here. It's not at all like the cities in the Empire. You must be the one sent by the Adventurers Guild, yes? Oh, thank goodness. Something dreadful has befallen, well, threatens to befall the one and only Editha. You mean to say you are unfamiliar with the most gifted harpsichorist who ever lived? Whatever possessed me to hire such uncultured It appears my breath would be better spent briefing you on the nature of my request. A few days ago, Editha received a most unwelcome message, a death threat to be precise. At first I deemed it nothing more than the crazed scrawlings of some harmless cur. That was until, during a recital, a stone was thrown at her, missing her by a hair's breadth. I have, in my capacity as her manager, cancelled all public appearances until the perpetrator can be brought to justice. I fear, though, that my delicate tulip would wither and fall if confined to her dressing room, and she has herself expressed a desire to stroll freely beneath the canopies of Miketo's amphitheater. I see where this is going. You want us to take her for a walk, is that it? If that is all we have to do, we should count ourselves lucky. A threatening letter, a brazen attack in a public place. Who knows what will happen next, but she can't stay indoors forever. I say we accept. Splendid! Without further ado, I shall have Editha prepare for her providence. We best proceed carefully. If the culprit knows that Lancenchor asked for the Adventurers Guild for help, they can probably deduce that Editha will be coming out of hiding. We should see if anyone bears a grudge against her, so we know what to expect. And we better look around the amphitheater and for places where an ambusher might hide. So we gotta go talk to some people now. Let us see what we find. So I'm kind of seeing where this is going. Like, somebody is going to be jumping out and attacking the girl, and we're just going to have to defend her. Not what I was expecting, but hey. Why yes, Editha has been the talk of Gridania since her debut. Her skills as a musician is without question, although I sense that many of her admirers are more interested in her bizarre stage garb. Know of her? I certainly do. I would consider myself to be one of her many admirers. In all honesty, I do not care for the way some of the others ogle her. If the rumors about Editha receiving death threats are true, one of those lecherous scoundrels must be behind it. And you? Oh, Editha, ever a moment deprived of her scrumptious harmonies is akin to an eternity of unimaginable torment. When, oh when, will she grace me with her splendor once more? Okay, so a little bit dramatic, but I don't see anyone yet who wants to kill her. Oh yes, she's very talented. It sounds like this Editha has quite the following. Whether that's due to her musical abilities or her eccentric stage persona is hard to tell, though. She's a harpsichorist, just like Editha. That poor girl, what's the world coming to? That a gifted and beautiful young performer such as her must hide away for fear of her life. It beggars belief. It must be one of her followers. I've seen the way that some of them look at her, and it makes my skin crawl. With fans like that, who needs enemies? So, what did the other locals have to say? Pretty much the same thing. Yes, most of them think that one of Editha's admirers is to blame, but I sense there's more to it. I think until we have more information, we should treat everyone with equal suspicion, to be on the safe side. Personally, I prefer to carry out a more thorough investigation, but we best not keep our clients waiting. So we'll just head back. I think I'll just teleport there. Make it easy. Well, I'm now really interested to see how this girl dresses if they keep going on and on about how strange her appearance is, so... Oh, yep, here we go. It's definitely a duty. If I were Lanson Chow, I would have hired an investigator to catch the villain instead. An agent of inquiry or some such, perhaps. After hearing so much about Editha, I can't wait to finally meet her. Editha assures me that she'll be ready in 2 shakes of its tail, whatever that means. Alright, let's head in! Oh, my chaperones has arrived! How wonderful! Oh, to finally feel the sun's warming rays! I am reborn! They weren't joking when they called her eccentric. Ugh, all this prancing about is going to draw unwanted attention. We better get this over with as quickly as possible. Sophie, Claire and I will escort her to the amphitheater. Why don't you stay behind with Lancer Chow in case we need to hurry back? Fine by me. I'll keep an ear out for any signs of danger and come running if you call. Although I was fully prepared to join you in guarding Editha, and even dressed for the occasion, I will defer to your professional opinion and remain here. But promise me you will keep my sweet Petunia safe. Leave it to us. Are you ready, Claire? La la la! What a beautiful day for a stroll! Well, it's certainly an interesting outfit, but I've definitely seen weirder. Personally, I think that might make a really cute Easter costume or something. We need only escort her to the amphitheater and back, but keep your eyes peeled. Editha the nonchalant. I must ask that you refrain from wandering. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. La la la. And avoid any needless frolicking. I don't think I've ever seen anywhere so peaceful and serene. Oh, Gridania is a wonderful place indeed. You should stay a while. Ha ha ha. I will give it some thought. Is that? It is! It's Editha! Wait! Don't go on ahead! This is all we need. An unwanted distraction, but perhaps they can tell us why those bandits are after Editha. Hola Gridania delights in Editha's magnificent melodies. Every other musician pales in comparison to her. You are escorting the lovely Editha. Please allow me to make a record of this day's events. Editha has only recently begun performing Gridania and has already assembled a considerable following. I have heard, however, that some of the other Hopsichorus are envious of her success. I did not expect Mitra to be one of the fans. Is it true her music is inspired by all the wondrous places she's seen on her travels? I hear Editha has become something of a recluse of late. I do hope she returns to grace the stage once more. So, you get the impression that a jealous rival is the instigator? There she is with the rabbit ears! Who goes there? Never you mind. Step away from the girl, nice and slow. I think not. Claire, don't let them near her. Perhaps you would benefit from my ministrations. Allow me. Oh, she's helping us out! At times like these, the Royal Guard's stance is probably your best option. I'm sure there are others ready to crawl out of the woodwork. Stay alert. That was a surprise. I did not expect Mitra to be stepping in and helping us out. In case you don't know, she's Gestola's sister. She's also the one who kind of dishes out the Summorer quest line. You go on ahead. I'll hold them off here. Thank you, Yamitra. There could be more of them, so stay on your guard. We must be ready to strike at a moment's notice. Editha, you mustn't run off like that again. Oh, you're no fun. Ah, they never learn. Claire, take the left again. Oh, okay. What's going on here? So I am a little surprised that they're attacking in broad daylight. Your assistance is much appreciated. Is she really dancing while we're fighting? Those horrid bandits won't spoil my day. I mean, she's getting attacked and she just keeps on dancing. That's not normal. Oh, in case you don't know, this is really my first time as a Gunbreaker. I don't know how any of the abilities work yet or what's supposed to happen here. I am just literally jumping into this whole thing head first. Well, yeah, I am learning it. I'm definitely getting there. I can tell this one's a cut above the rest. Oh, okay. Use solid barrel to ready cartridges, then gauging fang to release the ether. That's it! Ooh, that looks painful. For him or for us? You'd think you'd be a little bit more concerned, lady. We're your bodyguards here. She really doesn't have a care in the world. I wish I was like that. What was that? Leave these ruffians to me. I and the other wood whalers will get to the bottom of this. Oh, I like the fact that we have all these bodies here. Not much farther now. Do you know who could be behind these attacks? No idea. Crazy people? That's a good one. Yes, I think we gathered that much. What a beautiful day. Glad to see the threats of assassination has done little to dampen your mood. It's too quiet. They must be expecting us. Wow! My, what a naughty little rabbit. It seems you've wandered too far from your warren. The stage is set for your curtain call, though it cost me a pretty penny to rent the place. This will be the last time you walk all over my stage with those grubby little paws of yours. Why is it always like an Elizan woman wearing a mask? I want that talentless soul's head on a platter, and save me the bunny ears. Remember, Editha is their target. Don't let her out of your sight. Back off! So, how much do you all want to bet it was that Opsichorus that we spoke to before? I mean, she's even wearing the same outfits. I mean, you think it'd be a little bit harder for us to figure it out. They would have made it a little bit more difficult. I mean, come on, lady, at least change your clothes. I mean, you can't just put on a mask and say, "And I'm a criminal now." Almost done with this lot. And we'll go help him out real quick. We're getting there. Okay. Useless, and you call yourselves professionals? Looks like it's time to introduce the little rabbit to my kitty. Now she sends beasts after us? No matter, we must protect Editha at all costs. How hard is it to train these things? Seriously. I mean, it was just sitting there, like right at her side, like a good boy, and then she gave it an order and it went running off. Why is it that whenever someone calls a beast to fight for them, it's like one of these corals and they are just like perfectly trained? Like, how does that work? Radovan, are you the one who's healing us? Oh, no. No, we're supposed to be protecting her. Hells bells, that's a lightning aspect in ether. Try running into them. You got a nasty shock, but we can worry about that later. Oh, I did not see that thing. Oh, and it was too close. She got hit. Man, this thing is stubborn. Both of them? Stop them before they reach Editha. Where? Oh, no. Okay, okay. We'll go after this one first. It's closest. Okay, so I think it avoided her. Alright, okay. That's not so bad. And I'm guessing you're the one who's healing me. I really appreciate that, Radovan. Okay. Grab that one. Grab that one. And we are losing points. Seriously? down to 50%. This might take a while. You think she would go and hide or something, just so she's out of the way. Like, go hide behind the tree or something. Or jump up onto that little island. Then again, that might not be a good idea, being surrounded by water where there's electrical attacks going on. Yeah, that's right. I watch Pokemon. Well, I used to watch Pokemon, but I know how elemental attacks work. Electric types do really well against water. What are you waiting for? Kill them! Oh, come on! Reinforcements, draw their attention away from Editha. I'm doing my best here! But I got a giant cat and like 4 or 5 guards. Oh no, oh no, come on. No! Stop it! Just one thing after another. She's really trying to kill her. Less than 10%. Come on, we can do it. And I am losing HP like no one's business. What's wrong? No more surprises. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm afraid not. The show's over. Now take off that mask before I cut it off and your face with it. Miss Undine! I might have guessed, but what has Editha ever done to deserve this? That harlot doesn't know the first thing about real music, and she thinks she can steal my fans, my stage, and those appalling outfits of hers? I won't stand for it, I won't! What happened here? I heard that Undine wasn't exactly a fan of Editha's, but I never thought she'd pay to have her killed. And now we know that the highwaymen in the woods were on her schemes too. A few days back they held up Undine's carriage in the shroud, but she made them an offer worth more than the valuables she was carrying. Mind you, I don't suppose there's many of the bastards left after today. You've done us all a great turn, so if you ever need anything from the God's Quiver, don't hesitate to ask. Now the danger has passed, Editha will at long last be able to make her triumphant return to Makito's amphitheater. There's still one thing I don't quite understand. Why did those highwaymen attack me and Radovan in the woods? Maybe it was because of your ears. I imagine Odin told them how much I love wearing my favorite bunny crown. They probably thought you were me. Oh, these ones aren't real Viera ears. At least I don't think so. Actually, I was wondering if I might have a word in private with the three of you. But there are 4 of us. Yes, but only if I include you, which I'm not. What have I done to deserve such treatment? Well, I suppose a lady's entitled to her secrets, but before I return to my duties, I wish to express my gratitude for your part in today's events. You have both performed admirably. Now that pesky manager of mine is out of the way, let's go to the Great Loam Growlery. Okay, we'll see what this is about. Maybe she's here to tell us some really big secrets. I mean, I guess that's a given, but what kind of secrets? Off in a quiet little corner. I haven't the foggiest idea what this is about. What could it be? I'm almost afraid to find out. Yeah, me too. You risked life and limb to protect me, so I feel it only fair that I explain myself. One moment, please. What? It's okay, she's a sylph. You mean to say she was a sylph from the very beginning? Oh yes, this one feels much more comfortable now. It is fun to use glamours and play the harpsichord, but a little tiring. And this one spent so long in walking one's house, this one nearly died. These ones need the sun's rays to flourish, to live. That is why this one had to go outside, even though dangerous ones were all around. This one hopes helpful ones will understand and not tell simpering one. Listening ones will be sad if this one can no longer play sweet, sweet music. Your secret is safe with us. I'm ever so grateful. Promise you'll come to listen to my harpsichord soon, yes? Hehe. Well, that was an ending I did not expect. Not quite the conclusion I was expecting, but a satisfactory one nonetheless. I must say, you've acquitted yourself rather well, Claire. It normally takes a lot longer for novices to grasp the fundamental differences between a gunblade and a regular sword. It was originally developed by my people in the Third Astral Era. The march of the Allagan Empire had driven us to the barren wastelands, where even survival was a constant struggle. Our queen, Gunhilda, was closely guarded by loyal soldiers known for the unique swords they wielded. These weapons, Gunhilda's blades, eventually came to be known as gunblades. Meanwhile, the Allagans were developing firearms capable of launching projectiles over great distances. As they are similar in appearance to our gunblades, we refer to these weapons as guns, a term which is now commonplace. So effective were these new weapons on the battlefield, the Queen's Guard decided to specialize in smashing through the enemy lines and destroying them as swiftly as possible. Thus did they come to be known as Gunbreakers. Even after the fall of the Allagan Empire, these techniques were passed down to each new generation. My clans are the descendants of Gunhilda's royal guard, although I am all that remains. It is my duty to see that the art of the Gunbreaker lives on, even if that means entrusting to an outsider, such as yourself. If you like history lessons, you two will get along like a house on fire. I'd best leave it there for the time being. I don't want to overwhelm the lass. The best learning is done in the field, however. As pleasant as Gridania is, I am eager to see what other city-states have to offer. Then may I suggest Udall? Their markets have goods from all over the world, and I'm dying to take a look. Udall it is then. Sophie and I will go on ahead. When you arrive, seek us out. We shouldn't be hard to find. You know something? I like Sophie. Like, those two are just a great pair. I mean, he's kind of like the wise old grandfather who likes to tell stories, and she's kind of like a little bit of a troublemaker. Not much, but she kind of likes to poke fun at him because, I mean, you saw her falling asleep as he was telling the story. It was like, come on, Gramps, get a move on, just get to the point already. That was a fun little adventure, and definitely not an ending I was expecting there. Did not expect a sylph, so I hope this next quest is going to be just as entertaining. Oh, she changed her clothes. The best way to settle into a new place is to dress like the locals. Well, that's my excuse anyway. She looks good. It's good to finally get away from that noisy marketplace. Not that this watering hole is much quieter. Still, it's a paradise compared to anything you'll find in Garlean territory. I think he's just in a sour mood because he can't find any work. You're not wrong there, Sophie. I'll keep looking though. Claire, you better train by yourself until we find our next client, which, with a little luck, will be soon. Alright, so that's going to be it for now. The next quest is going to be for better or worse. Ooh, hope that's going to be just as entertaining. But, thank you all, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed my little opening to the Gunbreaker quest, and I'll see you soon.